Hey guys, I'm Shawn of WebPianoTeacher.com. Today we're going to be learning how to play Solitaire by the Carpenters. Let's take a listen to the intro. There was a man. All right, so great song. The Carpenters were a great band. I was just reading about Karen Carpenter on the internet, and I kind of knew this story, but it's a really tragic story. But sweet girl and some great music. I didn't know she was an awesome drummer. Who knew that? Anyway, we're going to learn how to play this. I consider this a beginner level lesson. Within that category of beginner, I would say this is a beginner lesson because it's just got chords. It's got some sharps in it. What's going to help you to learn how to play in sharps if you've never played in sharps. That's how you get used to playing in sharps. You just play in sharps. This is a good one to start doing that on. Okay, so if you are a member of WebPianoTeacher.com, you can download the sheet either by using one of your sheet credits or just buying it outright depending on your membership level. And let's get started. All right, so we do have some sharps in this, like I said. If you do find this is not beginner enough for you, my son Carter always says he needs super beginner lessons. So if you need super beginner lessons, I have my 50 all-new easy piano lesson series on the website. It's volume 1. And starts you off from the very basics so you don't have any gaps in your learning, and it covers all the bases. Hold your hand all the way through for your learning as you progress. But those of you who want to jump in on this, let's get looking at it. Let's get to the board here. We have an E and a B in the right hand. I'm going to use fingers 2 and 5 for that. Then I'm going to play it again and then do a B on my thumb. Okay? So 1, 2, and is the rhythm. Let's do it again. 1, 2, and you can see my pedal. I'm holding that. 1, 2, and move the pedal a little bit closer actually. There we go. 1, 2, and now I'm going to change that middle note from E to F sharp. A sharp just means you're going to do the key to the right, whether it's a black key or a white key. Most often it'll be a black key. So F sharp is this note right here on my 3rd finger. Keep my B with the 5th finger, and then count 4. I'm going to play G sharp and B. I'm actually using my 4th finger. You may be uncomfortable with that. You can use your 3rd finger if you need to, but I encourage you to use that 4th finger. A lot of people shy away from that, and it's a very valuable thing to be able to use that 4th finger, so get used to using it. G sharp and B together, back to B on the thumb. So the dashes are the notes that are held longer. Those are the quarter notes. The 8th notes are going to be the curved lines, and those are going to go a little quicker. See, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and see my pedals coming up every time my fingers go down. Okay, the next measure is going to be a lot the same. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and can you see how it's different though? You have one note that's different. You have a B here on the thumb, which is not a big deal to put that in. You can do that. If you can play measure 1, you can play measure 2. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 4. And I will tell you about balance. You want to try to play the top notes a little louder and the thumb note a little softer. Sometimes that's hard because the thumb is a strong, heavy finger and we want to put our weight on that thumb, but we've got to resist that. Now play it too loud. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and very good. So you have the intro down now. We just played these first 2 measures, and now we start at the double bar where the singing starts. All right, so as we get into that, we're going to get into some sharps, some chords, but I do recommend when you learn it, all right, you learn, I always say here a little, there a little. That's how we learn anything, really. We want to digest in small little chunks and then tie those things together as we learn little pieces. We tie it together to make a bigger piece and then add on to that. Okay, so you get those first 2 measures down. Great, you've had a success. Congratulations. Now we move on to the next measure. And we're going to learn that and then try to tie it into the intro after we learn it. Then what will happen is if you get up tomorrow, you'll forget everything. You have to start all over. That's a normal thing. Okay? You'll have to put the information back in the way you did the first day, but it ought to go quicker every day. You won't have to struggle as much to get it back. All right, so let's take a look now at that double bar. There was a man always sing Karen Carpenter songs good. She has a low voice for a woman, and I have a high voice, so it kind of works out. In the song, she actually sings down here. She sings a low E here, and that's, right in the male range. So we have E, B, we're used to that. I'm on B again. Now watch this though. 1, 2, and we go to C sharp and G sharp. You may think that sounds funny, these open fifths. They do, they kind of sound hollow, and they have their place, not because you don't want to play a full chord. It really changes the sound, doesn't it? This really sounds a lot more hollow and has a really different emotion tied with it, I think, when you play open fifths. So C sharp and G sharp with 2 and 5, and you play it again. Okay? Left hand on E, 1, 2, and then go to C sharp. Okay? You don't have to worry about counting the left hand as long as the right hand has a bunch of notes, because we always end up counting the hand that has the most notes, and the other hand just follows along for the ride. 2 and 3, 4, and. So when you're playing the left hand alone, if you do that, don't worry about having to play a rhythm, because the right hand will make you play that rhythm if you're playing the right hand correctly. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Okay, so there was a man. So after you play this, I'll go ahead and tell you what's next. I don't put the whole born on there. I wouldn't be able to make a living. It's like this measure right here. That's what comes next. Okay, so that fourth measure, so you have 4 measures to look at. 1, 2, 3. This measure is going to be like that one. So when you go, there was a man. There you go. So as you work on it, you want to, you did 2 measures, or you did 1 measure, learned that, you learned a second measure, and you tied them together. And then you learn a third measure, tied that together, and then a fourth measure, tie that together. That's the way you want to do it. So you form a chain. Now, eventually the chain gets too long, and you need to have a new starting place. Work on a different section, maybe the next 8 measures or something like that, and have a different place where you start. Don't always start at the very beginning. It's a little tip for you to help you get with that. Well, sharps aren't scary if you've played in sharps before. You need to just get in there and do it. Guys, I'll see you on webpianoteacher.com. Talk to you later.